People, last Tuesday night, we saw the issue diversity. Now, we have heard that it's been around, and I classify it as the same thing, or alleviate segregated school. Black folks are ignorant when it comes to law. Not one person on the panel said anything of what they discussed at the table. Black people is not in the loop. They don't qualify to speak at the table when they're behind closed doors, and that hurts black folks. When we talk about diversity, people, that is a big thing. That's the reason Betty Williams over here, because I called her and told her to come over and weigh in on this because some things going on that I know inside. But we are at a point here that we are being used. And when we're being used in a whole house government, it's pitiful. Now, we see everything go through the black community, go to the police department. Pitiful, isn't it? It's pitiful. Now, there's a thing of a special tax. Nobody go to a black neighborhood and say, let's own the building instead of letting somebody else come in. That's by the people that represent those areas are illiterate to the fact of independent equality. Now, when we look at the drought, when Don Trump talked about it, I talked about it in here for 2 years. I knew what you was lying. You will not admit your line. These are the things that I'm going to continue to feed to the Republicans of Don Trump. Take the money because you are using the people. Black people will always be slaves in America because of the illiteracy of who they put on the table as leadership. If they don't know the difference in an African and a Negro in America, it's pitiful. It's too late. Now, we got Dale Steinberger coming through. What can he bring in here other than another program on children?
Thank you for your comments. Speaker comes up. Mr. Warren wants to be recognized.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I just wanted to state that I know you have oftentimes mentioned the rules for the council, decorum and the protocol, and occasionally, we hear offensive language in here, and on some occasions it's racist language, and I would like to make sure that we have a policy that we address when people get up and they say inappropriate racial things. And so I'm not going to point to any particular comment this evening, but if we hear those types of demeaning or derogatory comments again about racial or ethnic groups, I will say something, but I just wanted to make sure that as you continue to explain the council decorum, we also recognize that racial intolerance and derogatory and demeaning comments will not be tolerated. So,
well, thank you, Mr. Warren, and I appreciate the help of the council in pointing those things out. They will not be tolerated when I'm the chair, and if they are pointed out to me, I will take the appropriate action. Yes, Mr. City Attorney.
Mayor Pro Tem and Council, we do have within the Council rules limits that set forth what is allowed in terms of the public comment. Obviously, when we get into words that are inflammatory or disruptive of the meeting, that is where the line is drawn under the Council rules.
And I will be, when I'm the chair, I will be the judge of what's inflammatory and what's not allowed. Next.
Excuse me, before we start, I have a question for the city attorney, because according to these rules, I didn't see anywhere, and I've actually read the decorum, it doesn't say anywhere that the acting mayor pro tem can decide what freedom of speech should be allowed and what should be limited. Now, I haven't read that, so I really need the city attorney, because he said that the rules of decorum are there. So this shouldn't be inside my time, because this is actually a real question, because a constitutional question is at hand, freedom of speech. So could you start me over, please?
This is, you have 2 minutes to make your comments. This is not a question.
But you said you would determine, and I quote, I will determine what will be allowed and be the judge. That's you being a tyrant. Hitler, Mussolini. Now, that's not fair.
I'm going to have the this room cleared if we can't control ourselves.
She didn't stop my time. Now, you may not like me for what I'm saying, but it's love. I need more time back up there, because this is getting out of hand. Now, I will go work on Ronald Bell campaign. We're going to get some real people up there. I'll do it. You know, nobody works harder than me. So at the end of the day, no limit in free speech. We're talking about taco dinners, and I will be there, because I want some of them tacos over in District 2. I'll be there. But for the sake of the people in Sacramento, vote all these people out of office. It's time for them to go. I'd rather see a new mayor.
Can we have this room clear, please?
A whole city council. We need a whole new government. It's time for the people to vote Bernie Sanders in. It's time to stand up against tyranny.
Okay. We're going to recess until the room is cleared. Period, and the room is going to be cleared. This meeting is adjourned.